Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. Envy had to bounce, but we got an icon, a legend on the line with us right now. Ice Cube, what's up, King?
Yeah. What's happening with you, man? How y'all feeling?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. I know we like 15 days late, man, but happy belated, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. Don't worry about it, man. I take it all year. You know what I'm saying? Give it to me all year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now you got some iconic things happening with the Big Three. It's a season 4, right? Because you guys canceled last year, obviously.
Yeah, last year the pandemic, hit us pretty hard, so we had to cancel, which was the right thing to do because we got to make our decisions about the season like in February, March. So February, March of 2020 was. Nobody knew what the summer would hold, what the year would hold. Would this be a 1-year lockdown, 2-year lockdown, what? So the smart thing to do was to cancel the season. But we back this year.
Now, did you have any doubts, Cube, about a season 4 of the Big Three after COVID?
No doubts. I got a great team that helps me with this league. And we was dedicated and committed to surviving. Most leagues don't even survive to the 4th year, to be honest, So I think UFC is the only new league that came out and survived past 4 years. So we're just happy to be here. We start July 10th, on CBS. If you don't catch the games on CBS, catch us on Triller or Fight TV. 6 games, it's going down.
Yeah, I love the growth of the Big Three too, how you guys started. And every year it's like you add on more and more to it because you guys did the deal with Triller now. So can you explain how the deal with Triller works for people who don't know? Because we've seen the deal with Triller and Verzuz, and Swizz and Timbaland really had to break that down. So can you break down Big Three and Triller?
Well, when we play, it's 6 games for the price of 1. So it's an afternoon of great hoops and sports. So with CBS, we usually have about 2 hours on CBS, so we can get in a couple of games there. But then the rest of the games will be on Triller and Fight TV, and they'll be free of charge. So after you finish watching on CBS and you want to keep with the Big Three and see what's going on with the rest of the league, turn over to Triller or Fight TV, and you can see the rest of the games play out.
What does it say about the business of the Big Three, man? Just as a company that y'all still here, y'all were able to survive COVID. What does that say about that?
That we're a resilient league. Everybody in the league is dedicated, from players, coaches, definitely the staff, to make this sport, a household thing all around the world. We want people looking forward to our seasons like they look forward to the NBA or they look forward to NFL. So just pushing through it. We grabbed some great new sponsors this year. We're going to make an announcement today. I think I'm jumping the gun, but we bringing on Taco Bell as a sponsor. So, we just keep racking in the great companies to help us continue to put this league, on for the people.
So this season, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are doing Vegas, then New Orleans, and then the Bahamas. Is that how it's working?
Yeah, we cut it down to 3 cities. We usually, like in 2019, we went to about 18 cities. We was all over the place. But like I said, we got to make our decisions about the season early. So February this year, we looked at the situation and said, we don't know what states are going to be open, what states are going to be closed. It's kind of irresponsible to go all over the country like that. So we're going to contain it to a few places. Vegas ain't bad. New Orleans, is a great city. And then we want to, reward our players, that made it to the playoffs by going to the Bahamas. And, so the playoffs, the championship is going to be in the Bahamas. Atlantis Paradise Island is hosting the game. So, if you're planning a trip to the Bahamas this year, you know, coming September where you can see the big three.
Ain't y'all doing that with iHeart? I think I read that somewhere.
Oh yeah, you know, iHeart is definitely partnering with us to promote and push the big three. It's a great thing. You know, iHeart showed us some love by just being a part of the big three and pushing it.
Now, I wonder, Q, can you build a brand like the big three nowadays without having people all in your business? Like, it's almost like you got to have a reality show aspect to the whole thing, like bring people into the players' personal lives so the big three can be successful. Do you have to do that?
I don't know if you have to do that, but it's good to. You know, I think people, they get into sports more when they have a personal kind of identity with the player and know a little bit of something about, you know, some of the struggles or, you know, the things that, you know, the players are trying to achieve. When you see players with their family and their kids, you know, it makes them more human. And it's not like they're just, you know, athletes or just players, but they're people. So, you know, we always were looking for a reality aspect of it. We was actually going to try to, and we had hooked up with the folks at Big Brother to try to do a bubble with the big three once the pandemic was rolling, where they would just play big three games instead of the Big Brother games to get put out the house. So
wow.
We've been thinking about that reality angle, and we're gonna come with it sooner or later.
So tell us who's playing this season too, because we know things switch up all the time. So who do we have playing?
Man, we got Nick Young, he in the league, Swaggy P. You know, we got the old favorites, of course, Joe Johnson, Nate Robinson, Katino Mobley, Rashard Lewis. But we got new people like Jared Jack. We got Leonardo Barbosa in the league, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Reggie Evans, Drew Gooden, Mario Chalmers, Will Bynum, Maurice Spates. I mean, the names go on and on and on and on.
What did you think about Nate Robinson's fight versus Jake Paul? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It didn't turn out too good for my man Nate, you know, but I respect Nate for even getting in the ring. You know, anybody can talk. You know, you win some, you lose some, but as long as you're down to get some, you'll be all right. So, you know, he did his thing. Boxing ain't his sport. You know, I like to see how dude do on the basketball court against
Yes.
Nate. You know what I'm saying? Nate should get a little revenge. So, boy, to get on the court with him for a little one-on-one, I think Nate will smoke him.
Now, how heartbroken, Cube, were you when the Lakers got bounced out of the first round this year?
I wasn't too heartbroken, to be honest, because they had won the chip last year in the bubble, and they, you know, they came back real quick. You know, it was a 60-day layoff. Then they back at it, trying to win another championship, and them dudes got tired. You know, injuries kicked in. LeBron probably want to go promote Space Jam, you know what I mean? Didn't want to be in the playoffs this late. You know, we'll get them next year. We ain't worried about it. You know what I mean? We can't win every year. We tripping over trophies anyway, walking through the house. So, you know, we'll get them next year.
Now you an LA icon, Cube, LA staple, LA native. So when we think LA, we think of Cube. Do you find yourself rooting for the Clippers at all?
No, not at all. You know what I mean? I don't root for the Dippers. You know, they kind of bogarted their way into the city years ago, you know, like a cousin that come over and spend the night and never go home. That's what they like. You know, they never went home and then tried to take the city at some point. Like they had this Lob City going on with Blake Griffin and all this, and they tried to take the city, and that's where they went wrong with me. You cannot have LA. LA belongs to the Lakers. LA belongs to the Dodgers. You know what I mean? Everybody else is on lease, straight up.
So even though they're in the Western Conference Finals, let's just say they beat the Suns and go to the finals, you ain't even checking for them at all.
I ain't checking for them, man. All I'm worried about right now is Big Three, and everything else don't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's all about the Big Three. I'm worried about our season, man. The Dippers gonna do what they always do. You know, they probably gonna lose. Yeah.
So you definitely wouldn't mind having former Clippers players in the Big Three. That's a good thing.
Oh, we welcome all NBA players to the Big Three. When you join the Big Three, man, you know, everything's forgiven. We love you. You part of the league. You know, we got some some Clippers won the championship with Cuttino Mobley and Q Richardson, you know, so they was big time Clippers and they won the ring for power in 2018. So I got love for you when you cross the line and come into the Big Three.
Now, just as important as the players is also the commentators. So who can we look forward to seeing? Just let us know what's going on.
Oh, we added John Sally to the mix.
Oh, wow.
Rappaport was great for us. And so, you know, we felt like, you know, let's bring in somebody that played in the NBA, that know these guys personal, and see if we can get some more entertainment out of that. So we're excited. You know, Rappaport, he had a movie he had to do. So we happy to have John Sally. But we also got Brian Custer, who's always doing our game, Jim Jackson, Lisa Leslie gonna do some games when she's not.
Yes, I love that.
Which is great. You know, we got Avery Johnson, who's a former NBA player. He did some games for us in 2019, so he's great. So, you know, we're just trying to bring that top level talent, you know, not only on the court, but off the court, because it's what people used to. People want the best, and that's what we bring them.
Absolutely.
Now I see you're doing a movie too with Jack Black that looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, we got a movie we got going on called Oh Hell No. And it's a funny movie, you know. I never worked with Jack, so I'm looking forward to getting down with him. You know, the movie take place in Hawaii, so you can't be mad at that. So
right.
You know, we're gonna get it in. It's a funny movie.
You know,
he's trying to date your mom in the movie, right? Is it something like that?
Yeah. You know, I find out that my mother is dating this white dude, you know what I mean, named Jack Black. I ain't with that. You know, I ain't with that. So
hell
no. So it's a funny movie.
You know, I was watching Queen Latifah receive her Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards this week, and it always sparks these discussions on social media about who's the best rapper turned actor or whatever it is. And I forget all of that. Do you ever stop and think, Cube, the transition y'all made from hip hop to Hollywood and the huge things y'all doing? Do y'all think y'all get the respect y'all deserve for that?
I mean, I do from the people, from the folks that really matter. Mm-hmm. You know, I get a lot of love, a lot of respect. You know, I seen it. You know, I do, you know, reflect on the transition. But, you know, I mean, this is what show business is all about. You know, if you go back, you had to be able to sing, you had to be able to dance, you had to be able to act, you had to be able to do it all to even get on the big screen. So there's been people before us, man, you know, Nat King Cole, you know, you got, you know, Frank Sinatra, Elvis. You know, it's been people who've taken it from the music and went into the movie industry. So we're not doing nothing new. We're just taking the baton and running with it, and hopefully we can pass it on to some youngsters coming behind us.
But y'all was hardcore, man. That's not an easy transition. Like you can almost see Will Smith, right? But y'all was NWA, like to be like family favorites now and homes.
Hey, you know, it's you can't judge a book by its cover.
That's right.
And nothing wrong with having them cross over to you. You know what I'm saying? So just be yourself, and things usually fall into place.
That's right.
Now, when we're thinking about the future of the Big Three, right? Because obviously things are different for us this year. It's New Orleans, it's Vegas, it's the Bahamas. Is this something that you think moving forward, you'll just do it in fewer places? Or is this just because of restrictions and not knowing what it was going to be like?
Just because we didn't really know what the atmosphere was going to be like. You know, the Big Three is really a rolling all-star game. So we want to go to as many cities as we can and let people experience the Big Three. You know, we was in Brooklyn our first 3 years,
Mhm.
you know, so everybody was able to come out. We can't come this year, but we plan to be back next year. And all the other places we went to, you know, Dallas is great for us. Atlanta was hot. So, you know, and we want to hit them smaller places. You know, we hit Kansas City. We even hit Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
we want to go everywhere, you know, out the country, you know, London. You know, we want to do Jamaica. We want to go everywhere and take the big three all over the world, China, South America, keep it rolling.
Now, Cube, does Ice Cube have any interest in doing verses?
Not really. It's a great idea, great concept, you know, but there's nothing that's like on my bucket list, wish list, or nothing like that. You know, it started off, you know, on the adversary tip, and then they showed a lot of love in verses. So I like how it's evolved, because, you know, guys shouldn't be really going up there putting catalog against catalog. That right there to me ain't what it's about. It's about showing love. So I would have did it a little different. You know, my version of verses would have been, I'll pull somebody out there like Chuck D, a Public Enemy or something, and I play all the songs I love from him, and he play all the songs he loved from me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a love fest. So, but you know, it's not something that I'm thinking about doing. You know, if it come about, you know, who knows? I ain't saying yeah, I ain't saying no.
That's interesting you say that, because I always said if Cube wanted to do a versus, I think it should be Cube versus LL or Cube versus Public Enemy. Like that, because of the celebration aspect. I don't know. I just think that would be dope. Cube and LL or Cube and Public Enemy.
Man, both of those are my heroes, man. You know, those are my OGs in the game. You know, I can't see myself going up against them. And they, you know, I love them too much. You know, they the reason I do this. So I don't know. You never know, man.
I like that idea though. Let them come up and play the joints that they love from you. You play the joints you love from them. That could be.
I'll be up there all day.
Which was your favorite one to watch?
I love the Snoop DMX one. I love the Too Short E40 one. That was funny as hell. Just because, you know, I'm doing a project with Snoop,
Westmore.
40 Mount Westmore and Short. So to see them get up there and get down, you know, I had a ball with that. Yeah.
When is Mount Westmore dropping?
You know, we getting our ducks in a row. You know, we got a lot of, when we did Fight Club, Triller, we just got a lot of opportunities coming at us, and we had to kind of sift through them and see which was the best route. So I believe we done figured it out. So we getting cocked and loaded. We getting our visuals together, because when we hit, we want to keep rolling.
Did Dre do any production on it?
I think Dre helped with this one song that Fred Reg did, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. He rapped on it for sure. You know, he definitely on the verse, but I don't know if he gave us any production.
Word.
Now that things are opening back up, do you guys have some festivals lined up? I did see the Once Upon a Time in LA, but what other things do you have going on?
Man, I got a show on the 3rd in South Padre, Texas. So I ain't never heard of South Padre, but
I've been there once. That's a big spring break place. That's where a lot of people go for spring break. I actually went there one time. It was crazy. You're gonna have fun.
Okay, cool. I like crazy. I love crazy. So yeah, we're doing that on the 3rd with Be Real, Bone Thugs and Harmony. And, you know, I got shows popping up. You know, everybody's ready to get back into the mix. So I even got some shows during the season here and there.
You know, Cube, I think tomorrow's the 1st, right? Tomorrow's the 1st. It'll be the 1-year anniversary of the contract, the Black America. Have you heard from anyone in the Biden administration about it?
Yeah, we heard from Cedric Richmond a couple of times. You know, we're still waiting for a follow-up on some things that we're trying to get set up. You know, we're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, you know, out of the public's eye, because things get misconstrued, and, you know, people chime in when they don't know what they're talking about. So, you know, we're starting to, you know, the first half of the Contract of Black America, when the election was going on, was really focused on the public sector. Now, you know, since the election, we've been focused on the private sector. So we got some interesting things we're going to announce as soon as they, you know, fully develop. You know, I just wanted to take it out of all the noise that was being made and really try to get some concrete things done, and not just all this talk and fuss and, you know, trolling back and forth. I just wanted to make sure that we was actually either making progress or not, so I could tell the people what's really going on.
So there is progress being made.
Yeah, I see some progress being made, but, you know, the rubber still got to meet the road. You know, what I learned with these companies, they talk a good game. They like to put out releases talking about what they're doing and how much money they are contributing, and the programs of diversity, and it's all press release stuff. When you really look into it, they don't do nothing. So you just got to make sure the ones that saying they doing something, you know, we trying to, you know, look behind the curtain and make sure they really doing it, or find the people that's benefiting from these programs, because, you know, they quick to put out a press release talking about how much they doing for the community, and then we don't see the results. So, you know, we sick of that game too.
Do you feel like it's easier to get things done right now in Hollywood than it is for you to get things done in the actual country?
Nah, both of them, you know, to me, ran ass backwards, you know, so it's hard in both places. You know, I think Hollywood, you know, they complacent in this too. You know, they done put out so many images that teach the police how to, you know, do it. Like, if you're a 12-year-old kid watching TV and you grow up, you've probably done seen hours and hours of how, you know, Black people are treated in this country just off of television. And so by the time you become a cop, it's already etched in your brain from watching these dumbass shows that, oh, this is how you treat them. Oh, this is what they do. Okay, this is how you do them. So, you know, Hollywood is helping, you know, the racism flourish, you know, so we got to cut that out too and get them images on the screen that we proud of, and not just slave 60s civil rights stories, but, you know, real, just human, everyday stories. You know, we just got to fight to get a better look.
That's interesting, because, you know, back in the day, y'all put a lens on the injustice that was happening in our community via the police, because they was doing a lot of stuff, and y'all showed us that. You don't regret that in no way, though, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You know, we youngsters
still going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we youngsters trying to figure it out. You know, just trying to point out what we was going through, and you look up, everybody going through the same thing. So that's why that music caught on. But, you know, Hollywood definitely has a role in the psyche of, you know, what's going on. You know, they're not innocent at all.
What did you think about Derek Chauvin getting 22 and a half years for killing George Floyd?
Well, you know, I think, of course, you know, we all want him to get more time. You know, I'm just happy he going to jail, like, and didn't get off free. You know, 22 years ain't nothing to sneeze at. 15, 17, whatever they end up doing, that's nothing to sneeze at. Of course, you know, a man kill a man like that in front of everybody probably shouldn't come out of jail, but this is the system we live in. And, you know, we just keep fighting a good fight, man. Hopefully we throw more of them in jail.
Word. Well, when the BIG3 start? July what?
July 10th on CBS. 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific, and all day we doing it. Every Saturday we doing it on CBS. So every Saturday, all summer long, hang out with the Big Three.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely making it to New Orleans for some of those games. I'm already in talks to try to make that happen with your publicist. So just so you know, I'll be out there supporting like always.
Come on out. You know, you supported us year one when we came to Brooklyn, you know, and we need that support. You know, we need some faces in the place. You know what I'm saying? So come on out, hang out, and have fun.
Absolutely. It's the legendary Ice Cube. It's the Breakfast Club. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.